When you hear about the Onassis family, you will immediately think about generational mid-century wealth. We'll take you to the world of old money elegance with an exclusive peek inside the lavish mansions of one of the world's most iconic families, the Onassis family. This will be luxurious. Our team found countless articles from Forbes, Mansion Global, and Business Insider. Your jaws will surely drop. Coming up at number 1 is the 47 Grosvenor Square, Mayfair, London. Real estate is in high demand when a property doesn't spend more than a day on the market. It is an added bonus if the property can boast a glamorous past and notable residents. The posh Mayfair district of London is home to 47 Grosvenor Square, a first-floor flat that fit the bill. The asking price for the property is approximately $30 million. It was formerly the London residence of the Onassis family, including Jackie Kennedy Onassis. Someone has already paid $22 million to buy it on the first day. Although they did not reveal who bought it, the real estate firm Wetherell did reveal that the buyer is a Saudi billionaire. In a news release, the mansion was characterized by agency founder and chairman Peter Wetherell as a trophy property, a term used to designate London properties that are attractive to the world's elite. Since the Onassis clan utilized the apartment, it has not been restored yet, and doing so might increase its value to $35 million. This 5,000 square foot residence takes up nearly the entire building's width and depth. It also happens to be the only apartment in the building with a 63-foot balcony that looks out over Grosvenor Square. The realty firm Wetherell said the millionaire purchased the house for his daughter. This is the most expensive one-bedroom apartment in Mayfair that has sold so far this year. Just over a decade has passed since a Mayfair property valued over $10 million sold in just 24 hours. At number 2 is Jackie Kennedy's New York apartment at 1040 Fifth Avenue, New York City. Nearly a year following her husband's murder, Jacqueline purchased the penthouse apartment on the 51st floor at 1040 Fifth Avenue. Caroline and John, her children, stayed with her in the mansion. Standing directly across from Central Park in Manhattan's Carnegie Hill neighborhood, the 17-story co-op is adorned with limestone. With just 27 units, the 1930s complex makes room for mansions of a more substantial size. Each apartment features a large entrance gallery that leads to a living area that is 20 to 30 feet in length, according to City Realty. Apartments often have several rooms for different purposes, such as dining rooms, kitchens, pantries, maids' quarters, and servants' hallways. Original fireplaces, terraces/balconies, and a full-time doorman are all features of this property. Each of Jackie's 5 bedrooms had its own private bathroom, and the apartment overlooks Central Park and the Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis Reservoir. The average price per square foot at 1040 is $5,591, making it one of the most expensive blocks in the city due to the address's desirable status. The Kennedy's apartment has been the priciest in the building since it closed for $30 million in 2003, even though it hasn't been on the market for more than a decade. Jackie lived in the apartment for the last 30 years of her life, until her death in 1994. The public got their first look at the inside of the luxurious residence when Jackie's estate was auctioned off through Sotheby's after her death. Next up is the Skorpios Island, Greece. A private island in the Ionian Sea off the western coast of Greece called Skorpios. Not only was it the site of the 1968 wedding of Greek shipping magnate Aristotle Onassis and Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis, but it was also the location where an Italian paparazzi secretly photographed Jackie Kennedy in her underwear on the beach, which appeared in the men's magazine Hustler. However, the island is soon going to be recognized as a hideaway for the world's wealthiest people. The Greek government has approved plans to turn it into a resort by 2024. The island will reportedly become a private resort for ultra-high net worth individuals after being sold by Athena, granddaughter of Onassis, to Ekaterina, daughter of Russian billionaire Dmitry Rybolovlev, in 2013. The extravagant project, known as VIP Exclusive Club, is set to cost around $200 million. It includes a master suite for the Rybolovlev family to stay, a 5-star hotel, around 10 large and medium-sized villas, a vineyard, a spa, a sports complex, an artificial lake, a soccer field, or a 5-a-side football pitch, an agricultural area, and a helipad, of course. Coming up at number 4 will not be a mansion or villa, but so extravagant it's better than one, the Christina O yacht. From its 1943 construction by Vickers of Montreal, The ship was originally known as HMCS Stormont, a frigate in the Canadian Navy. It was heavily involved in World War II. It was purchased by Onassis for $34,000 in 1952 as one of 10 ships that he planned to transform into a whaling fleet. Despite the failure of the plans, he retained Stormont for himself and transformed it into a luxury superyacht, the first of its kind, costing $4 million, or around $46 million in today's currencies. After adding 29 feet to the hull length, he gave it the name Christina in honor of his daughter. The restoration of it was a full-scale operation. A 5-seater Piaggio P136 L-2, 2 kayaks, a glass-bottom boat for underwater exploration, a tiny dinghy, 5 rapid launches, and steam engines that could reach a top speed of 21 knots made up the yacht's equipment. Aristotle Onassis' son Alexander, who was 24 years old at the time of the incident, died in the same seaplane tragedy in 1973. With her elevator and onboard surgical operating room complete with radiography technology, the yacht Christina stood out among its contemporaries. Also breaking new ground was the mosaic swimming pool's lifting floor, which had a minotaur motif and doubled as a dance floor. While touring the Mediterranean, Onassis resided on board for numerous summers. Guests from the upper class began vying for his yacht. The size wasn't the only thing that set it apart from other ships. The elegant appearance and matching balconies on either side of the wheelhouse were also major selling points. At number 5 is the horse farm in Peapack, Gladstone, New Jersey. The mansion sits atop a hill at the end of a lengthy private drive and sits on over 50 acres of property with formal gardens, a 16-stall, stable complex, and fenced pastures. Built in the 1920s for Richard Van Nest Gambrel and Edith Blair, the estate was named after the couple. The name was changed to Vernon Manor when Blair, who had recently been widowed, departed. The name has changed to Four Seasons. There are a total of 19 rooms in the main house with a slate roof. There are 5 bedrooms and 7 bathrooms, a 4-story elevator, a gourmet kitchen, a library with cherry panels, and 12 fireplaces made of marble and brick are all features of this magnificent home. Mexican tile floors cover the family area, and a tasting room is next to the wine cellar. A 50-foot swimming pool and illuminated tennis courts are among the other attractions. The house has undergone 2 renovations by the present owners. Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis held an auction in 1975 to sell various items from a Peapack, New Jersey residence that she had rented. A few $1,000s were raised from the sale, which featured a chair that the late President Kennedy had used while he was a student at Choate. With the help of architect Hugh Newell Jacobson, Jackie had a classic Cape Cod house and a guest house with 2 stories constructed for her in 1981. When Jackie was First Lady, she had her friend Rachel Bunny Mellon landscape the estate. Mellon had previously redone the Rose Garden at the White House. Now that it has been a retreat for 3 generations of Jackie's family and friends, where they have enjoyed each other's company and the chance to connect with nature, Caroline has chosen to sell the property. The property, which was enhanced and enlarged in 2000 by Deborah Burke, Dean of the Yale School of Architecture, is listed at $65 million by Christie's International Real Estate. Redgate Farm was the perfect representation of my mother's romantic and adventurous character, explains Carolyn. She cherished the ancient stone walls, the blue heron that called the pond beyond the dunes home, placing lobster pots in the water and constructing a whimsical treehouse for her grandkids. The Onassis family's mansions are not just homes. They are symbols of a legacy that spans continents and generations. We hope you like this video. If you want more of celebrity luxury, be sure to subscribe to be ahead of the latest in luxury.